What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here atop San Vicente Mountain Park near a defunct missile control for Project Nike, which was an anti-aircraft system set up during the Cold War to protect the West Coast. Let's get into the history. So the San Vicente Peak was an ideal location for the Nike missile radar. On a peak 1,950 feet above sea level, it provided vision in all directions. Soldiers could look down into a youthful downtown LA, which was only 15 miles away, all the way to Venice Beach, which was 10 miles away. And in 1962, the government decreed, whatever tomorrow brings, Nike will be watching, always ready. Nike, by the way, was the Greek goddess of victory. This was legit top secret stuff, heavily secured during the Cold War. It's amazing. So backing it up a little bit, in the 1940s, the anti-aircraft defense consisted mostly of conventional anti-aircraft guns. In 1943, the U.S. Army established the Rocket Branch of the Ordnance Corps, which was a response to the German increase in armament. They recruited private companies such as Bell Laboratories and the Douglas Aircraft Company, and eventually Western Electric, who would all help to develop these missile systems and guided radars. By 1951, as tensions increased with the U.S. and Soviet Union, and as a result of the Korean War, the Army established a surface-to-air missile defense system. So the Nike missiles were the first line of defense designed to protect against a Soviet nuclear attack. These were an outgrowth of the increasing concern over the Soviet ability to equip jet aircraft with nuclear bombs. These were highly visible and powerful symbols of the U.S. military's might, as well as a reminder of the Soviet threat. The Army initially ordered 1,000 missiles and 60 sets of equipment. They were placed in strategic and tactical sites within the United States. As a last line of defense from air attack, they were positioned to protect cities as well as military installations. So here's how the missile system worked. The radar would detect the enemy airplane. It would send the location to the computer. The computer would activate the missile guidance radar. Then the missile would be launched off of the Sepulveda Basin. The missile booster would fall off. The radar would guide the missile to the enemy airplane, and the warhead would detonate, destroying the plane before it reached LA. Pretty heady stuff. Shortly after the Nike sites were operational, President Eisenhower came into office with a promise to take a new look at the advancing technology and decided to equip the missiles with nuclear warheads. During the 60s, the political and defense climate changed, necessitating a change in strategic defense operations. The Soviet Union began to increase their supply of intercontinental ballistic missiles and decrease their dependence on long-range bombers. Accordingly, the United States decided to focus on the construction of strategic nuclear weapons. Following the Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty signed in 1972 and further budget reduction, almost all the Nike sites in the conventional United States were deactivated. This happened by April of 1974. Hard to believe that these sites were right in our backyard, but that was the climate at the time, and now you can go visit. All right, LA, it's been a minute.